Okay, Groot, you hearing about these Gwen Stacy returning to the MCU rumors?
I am Groot.
Oh, snap! Guess Thanos' fingers wouldn't be the only thing that snapped in the MCU at that point. I guess we'll have to see how these events fall into place. I'll stop. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly Marvel Mingle, and as always, we will be discussing all things going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, as always, we have some Spider-Man 3 rumors, a lot of stuff going on with the multiverse there, and we also have a lot of Disney Plus stuff. We've slowly been getting casting confirmations for respective shows, and so I will get to the biggest piece of news at the end. But let's start out with some Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It has been said that this show will bring back, quote, characters from the earliest Marvel movies. What are your guys' thoughts? Who are your guys' picks? I always thought Whiplash would be a good choice. Okay, but in all seriousness, two characters that I think have never reached their full potential are Abomination and Samuel Stearns, who in the comics is the leader. Now, he was set up in The Incredible Hulk to become the leader, and I just always kind of laughed at Tim Blake Nelson's portrayal of Samuel Stearns.
Why are you always hitting people?
But I really think he could play a menacing, kind of insane version, almost a mad scientist type character. And for how strong the Abomination is, and because I love Tim Roth so much, and since we know that he is in a SHIELD containment unit, I want to see him let loose. I want to see some crazy stuff going on. And we know that General Ross is still pretty present in the MCU. General Ross was the man who brought Abomination to life, basically. And Ross is the one who kind of pushed for Blonsky to get the super soldier serum. It eventually kind of took a hold of Blonsky, and Blonsky made Stearns really flip the switch, turn him into the Abomination. So I really want to see those characters come back. Who do you think we will see return from the early MCU movies? So last week we learned that Tom Holland has begun filming for Spider-Man 3 in New York, and we know now that they will film until March. Marvel is currently looking for extras to play protesters and reporters. Now, these protesters will probably be related to the identity reveal with Peter Parker as Spider-Man. Maybe he's being brought into custody. Maybe these protesters are demanding that he is freed, or maybe these people are protesting that Peter Parker be brought to justice. Maybe they think that he truly is a murderer. And I did mention in this intro that rumor has it Sony Pictures wants Emma Stone to return as Gwen Stacy, but as Spider-Gwen. Now, all jokes aside, I think at this point, a lot of people are just getting excited with the possibilities that could come into play with the multiverse. Once Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were heavily rumored, people started going crazy. We started hearing about Venom. We started hearing about Miles Morales, just all sorts of different villains. We know that Electro's coming in, so that really sparked excitement for characters from the Amazing Spider-Man universe to come back. I personally think that we've seen an Into the Spider-Verse movie, and it was very well executed. I don't know if Spider-Man 3 is a good time to start just throwing in all these characters just because they can. And I don't think it is what's going to happen. That's why I think a lot of fans are setting themselves up for disappointment whenever Spider-Man 3 does come around. Now, I do think they will do some cool things with the multiverse. We will see some cool cameos. I wouldn't be surprised if we did end up seeing Tobey Maguire and or Andrew Garfield.
Pizza time.
But it's when I start hearing these rumors about all these extra characters from those universes coming in that I start doubting. Marvel fans, I know it's exciting, but for the third Spider-Man installment, I think to jump to such a massive universe of characters might be a stretch. Remember, this is a Spider-Man movie. This is a solo film. Even though Strange is in there and we will see some wicked stuff, I don't know if they'll go that far. Remember, whatever happens in this movie, it's not going to be some insane, massive endgame level event. I think it's going to be the biggest of these Spider-Man movies in the MCU that we've seen so far, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a story about Peter Parker. And we know that John Watts has brought these personal, high school level stories where we really feel like we can relate to Peter Parker. And for them to blow it out of proportion and get carried away by the multiverse, I just don't see it happening. I think they'll have fun with it. I think they'll know their limits. Now let's move into some Blade news. Marvel Studios is actively searching for writers to pen the script for Blade. We know that Mahershala Ali will be stepping on to play Blade. I'm really excited for this. Let's just ignore that he played Cottonmouth Stokes. That makes 2 of those family members in the Luke Cage show that have played 2 different MCU roles. We also learned this week that Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings has wrapped filming. Good to know that these MCU projects are rolling out and that they are finally getting back in the swing of things. Now our biggest piece of news here, we finally have our Moon Knight casted and confirmed. None other than Oscar Isaac. That's right. They took another character from the Foxverse. For all you guys that hated Apocalypse, don't worry. Oscar Isaac is going to be Moon Knight. You can forget about that. I'm excited. I've loved him as Poe Dameron. I've loved him in a few other projects that he's been in. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table as Moon Knight. Sorry guys, Keanu Reeves is not the choice. It was too good to be true in my opinion. I totally did not just drop my laptop, but that's okay because it's the end of this week's Marvel Mingle. Hope you guys enjoyed. I want to get some discussions down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Just remember, it's all connected.